Hey, what is up, Travis Kerr Family Flip Show. So today, or this morning, Katrina, my wife, and I went out to a few community yard sales, and then she later headed back to the house, and I stayed out, went to a few thrift stores, and I also went to an estate sale. So on this episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I didn't show any of the sourcing or anything like that, or film this morning. So what I'm going to do is show you what I bought, what I paid for, a little insight behind maybe why I bought it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to list each of these items as fast as possible together. And so I spent around $280 give or take on the items that you're going to see momentarily. And I'm going to see how long will it take me to get my investment back. So I spent around $280. And then so throughout the week, as I've listed these items, I'm going to track how fast I can get my money back, minimally speaking, off of this $280 investment before I'm back into the profit. So anyway, I hope you'll stay tuned, check it out. If you haven't seen this channel before, we're a family of resellers that source things from yard sales, thrift stores, estate sales, Amazon return stores, or anywhere that we can buy something low and flip it online for a profit. And so our mission is to show others that you can do this for yourself if you need some outside income, whether it's full-time, part-time, or whatever it may be. And so anyway, I hope you'll find some value here. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you do like content like this. So on to the show. I hope you'll stay tuned and check it out. First item up that I'm going to show you that I bought this morning is this Humidor. So this was $15, but this thing is in really good shape. It does need to be cleaned up on the outside. So I did see some comps online, probably in that $50, $60, $70 range plus shipping. So we'll see how that does. Also bought this Ravensburg puzzle. This is a good brand of puzzle. This won't be a huge money maker. It says $2.50, but I paid $2 for this. So we will put that up and see how it does. Maybe $20 or so. Free shipping. So again, not the biggest seller, but something certainly worth picking up because these generally will do pretty well based off of the brand. Next up is I paid $15 for this racing radio. So this is a Sport Cat 180, and it also comes with their racing electronics headsets. And these are the ones that you can plug in if you go to like a NASCAR race and link up with the various teams, I believe. But it comes with the instruction manual and all the original paperwork. And so hopefully I can do pretty well with this, and I'll try to flash some comps up on the screen for this. And I haven't decided if I'm going to part these out and then just sell this separately. I'll just kind of look online and see what may be the most advantageous way to maximize profit off of this. Next thing up is this Wayne pump. So this is a pump that you can hook up to a garden hose, and I guess it gives more pressure. I'm not 100% sure, but it had good comps, and these things are pretty expensive, brand new. And he said that they just tested it and it worked. I paid $30 for this pump, so we'll see how it does. So the next lot that you're going to see, I'm going to show you this, and this. I lotted all together and paid $40 for it. So I saved about $8 by lotting this together, based off of what they had on the tag. So this has 25 on it, but all in, I did not pay that. But this is a Noco Genius Gen 1 Mini. These are in high demand online. I don't know that this is going to be like the biggest seller, maybe 40, 50 bucks, give or take, but they're in high demand. So I think this will sell pretty fast. Next up is this Wings of Fire series. And so this is the first 8 books. And again, it says 7, but again, I did not pay that because the power of lotting together. And so this is a series by 2ET Sutherland, and if you've seen my video before, I sold a brand new one of these. I don't know what this is going to do used, but I know that these sell really well, and this is a popular set. So this is the first 8 books in the series, and then this completely separately is the second 8 books in the series. The last one is a hardback, so I will probably sell this together, and then I will probably sell the second set together in 2 separate listings. I haven't 100% decided yet because I'm going to see how the comps do, but anytime you can find these things in a set, a lot of times they'll do pretty well. And then lastly, this might be the price of what I bought from this, but these are Irish setters boots, and so these are made by Red Wing. And these, he told me he wore them one time and then ended up buying like a better set. So he had $10 on there, but again, I paid $40 for the last 4 items that you saw. So the 2 sets of books. this is, and actually I didn't say, this is a boat battery charger. And so these are like in mint condition. Again, these are waterproof. I'm not sure if they have Gore-Tex in them or not. And then came with the original box. So I think these are going to do pretty well. So definitely happy about that. And then next up is my shoe section. So I bought these New Balance 847s that don't look like they've hardly ever been worn. And I bought these for $5. And then I found these at a Goodwill. So these are what you Weegens, which are actually made by BH Bass and Company. So these are made in the USA, and so I paid $4.99 for these. These are, I believe they're men's shoes, but they're a V width, which is kind of odd. So I don't know how well these will do, but they're in really good shape. And what's odd about Goodwill is that they had another pair of these that were in really good shape, probably from the same donator, and they were $20, and these were $4.99. So I don't know what the logic is there, but $4.99, it was worth picking up. $20, maybe not. Also got these at Goodwill for $5.99 because this was at a different Goodwill. And these are Merrell Minimalist shoes. And again, these are not going to be the hugest money maker, but they're in really good shape. And these have a really good sell-through. So I'm not going to have to worry about sitting on those for a long time. And they're so light that they can be shipped first class. So it's a pretty easy listing as well because you can just do free shipping. And I've actually never bought this brand before, but these are Topo running shoes, which actually do pretty well, and they have a good sell-through rate. And they really kind of have that Ultra or Hoka type look to them. And so I will sell these, and I'm going to list these up. And again, this is the very first time that I've ever bought this brand. So we'll see how it does, but definitely excited to find these shoes because they're in really good shape. And I think that they're going to do pretty well. I didn't even comp these. I just know that they're worth it. These are FootJoys. And again, all three of the last pairs of shoes that you've seen, I paid $5.99 a piece. So these are golf shoes. FootJoy's a really good brand to be on the lookout for. They're in use condition, but definitely in good enough condition to resell fairly confidently and easily, and get a decent profit off of a $5.99 purchase. And then lastly, I paid $7 for these at a yard sale. And lastly, being the shoes that I bought today. And so these are Under Armour shoes. They had some pretty good comps, and these I don't think have hardly ever been worn. If you're not looking for shoes or you're wanting to get into the resale game, shoes are a great way to do it because they're easy to store, they're easy to ship, and if you find the right ones with decent sell-throughs, you won't sit on them a super long amount of time, and they're fairly easy to comp. So if you're not looking for shoes in your resale game, you're definitely missing out because a lot of times you can find shoes that sell pretty fast, and even if they only sell for $30, $40, it still pays for your gas money to go to an individual yard sale where that may be the only thing that you find is one pair of shoes, but at least it kind of paid for your time and effort to be at that particular sale. Next up is this Michael Jordan Air Jordan Barcelona poster. It's framed. I bought this for $10. I don't know, guys, like this could be a total bust, but whenever you see Michael Jordan and you see the Nike logo, and I see that this was printed in the USA, and I see that it's still framed, I know that it's Barcelona Olympics, I believe it was 92 if I'm not mistaken. And so this is definitely a vintage poster, so I figure, is it worth it? I'm not gonna lose money on this. I did see some listings online for like $65, $70. I didn't see any sales, but I didn't do a ton of investigation there. So again, I decided to take a flyer on this and paid $10 for this framed photo of Michael Jordan. And then at Goodwill, I paid $3.99 for this Mizuno Easton Bat. We just sold one of these, I think, for $59.99 last week. And I'm not sure if it's the exact same model, but it's in pretty good condition. It's got some tape on it at the end, but that's not a big deal. We'll take that off. And otherwise, besides some dirt and, typical scuffs, it's in pretty good shape. Next up is this lefty set of Mizuno's golf clubs. I bought these at a yard sale for $35. Originally asking $45. Thought it was a bit rich because, again, these are good golf clubs, but they're not, you know, some of the newer ones. So hopefully we'll do pretty well with these. But these are the MX15 T-Zoid Mizuno's, and so I believe this is a 4-through pitching wedge. And so the fact that it's all together in a set and it's lefty, sometimes lefty can carry a little more value online because there's less for sale. There's also probably a less population looking for those, but I have found that sometimes lefty sets do better and sell quicker online. So something to always keep in mind when you're out looking. Next up is that you've probably already seen is this wakeboard, and I paid $30 for this. I just made an offer. Again, I had no idea what it's worth, and I still don't know what it's worth, and I haven't looked it up, but I do know that Hyperlite is a pretty decent brand. This will be the third wakeboard that we have purchased here recently, and I don't know that we have a single one listed. And just based on this challenge that I'm doing on how fast we can make our money back, I'm probably going to list this one first. I'll just wipe it down and see how it does. Again, I don't know that this one's going to be, it looks like it could be for maybe someone smaller possibly. I'm not 100% sure. The bindings look pretty decent, but maybe not the greatest. As you can see, a little bit of wear there. So we'll see how that does. And again, so $30 I know for a fact is going to be profitable. I just am not 100% yet on what that may sell for. So I'll try to flash that up on the screen. Next up, and don't fear, I did not pay $45 for this. I paid $22.50 because this was at an estate sale on their half off day. We have definitely sold the Doctor brand before. This looks like there's probably two in here. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna list these. I may take these out and sell them separately to two separate ones. So Doctor is a good brand to be on the lookout for. We've sold some of the other sets for pretty good money. Again, this is used. I got to make sure that it works, but at $22.50, I think this is going to be a solid buy. And then don't let the dirt on this fool you, because this Kate Spade bag is brand spanking new. It is just completely dusty, and I paid $10 for this bag. And so as you can see there in the shadow, this thing has never been used, and it looks like it has everything original in it. I don't even know what that is, so I'll have to take that out and explore. But again, it still has like the original wrapping paper. I'm not sure if it's a separate purse or anything like that in here. There's something, we'll find out what this is together here, and it's just paper. So I don't know. I know that I don't know what this will sell for, but I know that it's going to sell for more than $10. So I was willing to pick up a Kate Spade bag for $10 brand new. And then also got, this is not going to be a huge money maker either, but these are seat gap fillers. This was on Shark Tank years ago, which made these popular. Again, I did not pay $8, I paid $4 for this. These sell fast. I don't know why. These are in good demand. But again, not for much, maybe like $20, $22, something like that. But again, if this was a slow seller, I would not buy it for those kind of margins. But $4 into $20, $25 fairly quickly, I'm definitely willing to do that. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is I bought this Cookie Pro Ultra 2. Always be thinking ahead to Q4. These cookie presses may not do the greatest right now, but in Q4, these cookie presses do pretty well. And so again, we'll go ahead and list it now because it could still sell, but this thing is brand new and I paid $2 for it. So again, if it doesn't sell now, these will definitely go in Q4, and actually for more money because the demand goes up for these things during the holidays. So again, spend around $280 for this, everything that you just saw. So what we'll do is I'm going to try my very bestest with the limited amount of time that I actually have to get these things listed as closely together as I possibly can and see just how fast we can make up our $280 and show you what we have left, so you can see what would just be the icing on anything that we pay above and beyond that, or anything that we make above and beyond, you know, the break-even point, and just how fast we can make up our $280 that we spent today. So stay tuned and you'll get to see this progress. So $280 spent today. How long did it take us to get paid back? So here are our results. So the first thing that sold was the seat gap, and I'll try to post a picture over here. So the seat gap sold on day 0. So the same day I listed it, it sold for $24.97, or at least that's what the buyer paid us all in. And so our total profit on that after shipping, fees, and everything along those lines was $12.47. So we'll start at 280 and then we'll kind of count down as we go through the things that sold. So the next thing that sold on day 1 were the Mizuno left-handed golf clubs. So all in, the buyer paid $118.27, and our profit after fees and shipping and all of that good stuff was around $46.61. So day 3 of listing, the next thing that sold was the second set. So I listed the Wings of Fire in 2 separate sets or lots. So the books, the second half of the series sold for, or the buyer paid $34.42 all in. And so our profit after fees on that lot, and I allocated a $10 cost of goods for those because it was $10 per item in that lot. So technically those are probably a little bit cheaper, but based on that $10 cost of goods per item that was in that $40 lot, we made about $15.54 off of the second series of books. So the very next day, so day 4, the next Wings of Fire set sold, and that was the one that was in that had the jacket, and they were all in the paperback series. So it carried a little bit more value. That sold for $40.05, at least what the buyer paid all in. And then after shipping and fees, we made about $20.44 on that. And again, I did allocate a $10 cost of goods for that, even though technically those were probably a little bit cheaper than that. So day 4 continued to be a strong day because that Wayne pump sold, and the buyer paid $90.69 all in, and our total profit after shipping and fees was $27.99. Also on day 4, the Weegens shoes by, I believe GH Bass is who makes Weegens, so always be on the lookout for those, but all in, the buyer paid $37.70. And after shipping and fees, we made about $19.07 in profit on those. So day 6, the Hyperlite Wakeboard sold, the one that I really didn't know what the value was. And I honestly couldn't find comps anywhere, but all in, the buyer paid $210.55 for that. And then after shipping and fees on that big behemoth of a shipment, we made out $106.08. So also on day 6, the Uniden radio sold, and so that sold for, or the buyer paid $46.67, and after shipping and fees, our profit on that was $17.14. So as you can see, we're getting really close to the break-even point so far on day 6. So day 10 after listing, the Humidor that you saw earlier in the video sold, and so the buyer paid $66.75 all in for that. After shipping and fees, we made a profit around $30.40. So as you can see, in those 9 items and 10 days, we got all the money back, and then everything else that you saw in the video would be pure profit. And I'm not going to show these, but you could probably see throughout the video that we've already sold, I think about 6 or 7 other items that were in that line. The other items will be longer tail items, but will be pure profit. So as you can see, if you pick the right items, it really does not take that long to get your money back and then start seeing profit from it. 10 days in the grand scheme of things is not a super long amount of time. So again, this wasn't necessarily the strongest of yard sale days, but even with that, you can still see a profit pretty quickly and get your money back, so you're not sitting on those items for a long time. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's video and found some value in it. If you do like content like this, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Be certainly blessed if you would. Anyway, hope to do many more, and see you guys soon. Take care, and we'll be in touch.